Welcome to the Childcare Director's Chair, the podcast for bold educators who are ready to lead, grow, and shake things up in early childhood education. Whether you're a teacher eyeing that lead role, a lead stepping into leadership, or a center owner dreaming big, this is your space to grow with purpose and leave your mark. Hosted by heart-centered leadership coach Erica Sacoccio, each episode brings you real talk, actionable tools, and a contagious laugh or two, all designed to help you step into your next level with confidence. So pour your coffee, pop in those earbuds, and take your seat, because your leadership journey starts right now in the Childcare Director's Chair.
Hey, this episode is super important and I need you to hear it. So if you're multitasking, stop. I know most people are multitasking when they listen to podcasts, but not today. Turn up the volume on those headphones. I need this message to land today in your brain. I have a question for you. What if staying comfortable is the biggest threat to your next level? What if being good at what you do is keeping you from being great at who you're called to be? In today's episode of the Child Care Director's Chair, I'm pulling back the curtain on why I chose to invest deeply into my leadership, even when everything on the outside said I was already winning. Because here's the truth. Success without strong leadership is unstable. You could be hitting all your goals, but still missing the growth that matters the most. And before we dig in, I want to give a quick shout out. Today's episode is brought to you by Jackrabbit Care, the all-in-one childcare software that helps you lead smarter, not harder. So stay to the end of the episode and check out the show notes below for 2 special freebies, including a 3-month free trial of Jackrabbit Care when you sign up. Now let's get into today. Winning isn't the same as leading. From the outside, I was thriving. Enrollment was strong, families were happy, and my calendar was full. I had built a reputation for being on it, and it felt really good for a while. But honestly, behind the scenes, I was starting to feel like everything depended on me, on my energy, my availability, my problem solving, and I realized something really powerful. Success that relies on you being everywhere at once isn't sustainable. That's also not leadership. It's survival. And I know so many of you can relate to this. Leadership is about creating momentum that can live without you micromanaging it. It's about empowering others, not just doing it all yourself. Leadership is a skill. It's not a title. I used to think being the director made me the leader, but having a title doesn't mean you have the tools. Leadership isn't something magical you gain with the promotion. It's something you have to practice and sharpen and grow into. I had to unlearn the idea that leadership meant having all the answers, because it doesn't. Real leadership is about asking better questions, guiding others to their own solutions, and leading from values, not just policies. Once I started treating leadership as a skill, not a status, it changed how I showed up for my team, for my school, and honestly, even my own growth. I mean, there's so many of you who didn't even know I existed 2 years ago. But yet, here I am. I've been in the field for 26, almost 27 years once we hit October, because I have started to grow into my own leadership. Leadership, it shows up everywhere. Leadership doesn't just stay in your office when you clock out. It shows up when your staff member calls and they're in tears, when your child asks you a hard question, when your parent needs a support, when you're standing in front of your team during a moment of chaos. The ability to lead yourself and others in any situation is what makes leadership so powerful. And that's why I say leadership is a life skill, not just a professional one. When I started growing as a leader, everything got better, not just at work. My home, my relationships, my confidence, and honestly, even my peace of mind. Now, growth over ego is really hard for folks. I had every excuse not to grow. Things were working. I had results. People told me I was doing great. I even believed it myself. But here's the thing, ego whispers comfort. Growth demands honesty. And I had to be honest with myself. Where was I avoiding feedback? Where was I reacting instead of leading? Where was I coasting when I should have been evolving? The most dangerous thing about success is that it can mask areas where we're actually stuck. So I chose growth, not because I wasn't doing well, but because I knew I was meant to do even better. So, what about you? Because today's podcast isn't about me, it's about you. Who are you already leading? Think about this. You're already someone's example, whether you realize it or not. Every day you are shaping how someone sees leadership. That new teacher who watches how you handle stress, the parent who's paying close attention to how you speak to your staff, the child who sees how you carry yourself, the admin who's unsure but looking to you for confidence. You don't need a bigger title to be a leader. You just need to recognize your influence. The question is, are you leading by design? Or are you leading by default? And what happens if you don't grow? Well, here's the hard truth that no one talks about. If you don't grow your leadership, something will eventually break. Maybe it's your team culture. Maybe it'll be your energy. Maybe it'll be your ability to see what's really happening under the surface. Staying stuck doesn't feel like a big deal until it becomes a crisis. Leadership development is like a preventative cure. You invest in it now to avoid the breakdown later. So if you want to go the distance, you have to lead with intention. And are you building people or are you just building things? Like, let's get honest. Are you only focused on building your business, on your wait list, on your revenue, on your reputation? All about you. Are you building people? Because the truth is, buildings can be replaced, policies can be copied, programs can be duplicated. But the people you grow, that impact lasts. Your team doesn't just need direction, they need development. They need a leader who sees them. I had to shift from what needs to get done today to who needs to grow today. And that's the shift from a manager to a leader. Who do you want to become? Then close your eyes for a second. Picture the future for you. What does it look like? The one that you're leading confidently with your team that trusts you? The one with a margin in your life? The one who doesn't flinch when things start to shift because you built stability within? Now ask yourself this. What does that version of you need to do right now? Because the gap between here and there isn't more time, it's more intention. And that version of you is possible. But if you can't lead others, if you just can't lead others there, if you're not becoming there first, you have to invest in yourself. You have to lead with intention. So I invite you to come join me for the month of September for free on me. I want you to come into our leadership group on Facebook if you're not already there. We're going to give you a free code. You're just going to go to our website at www.childcaredirectorshare.com. You go into the coaching section, hit monthly coaching, put it in your cart, and type in the words launch. You will getting the program for a whole month for free. We meet every Wednesday. We'll do it on Zoom. If you can be there live, awesome. I prefer that so we can chat. But if not, you can always watch the recordings. I'm going to give you stuff to read. I'm going to give you things to do. I think we're going to start with core values. So I think that's really, really important. So again, full month of support, live coaching, leadership training designed just for early childhood leaders like you. We've been talking about it forever. Whether you're navigating change, whether you're building your team, or you're just trying to lead without burning out, this is a space for you. So check the show notes below. You'll have the link to Jackrabbit Care to get 3 months of free trial on their app because they're sure you're going to love it. So am I. You'll get some leadership growth freebies as well from the Childcare Director's Chair. So today's episode, the challenge is this. If this inspired you or even made you a little uncomfortable in the best way, send it to another leader who needs to hear this. Because leadership isn't just about being in charge. It's about being prepared, being present, and powerful in every area of your life. Until next time, keep growing, keep leading, and keep showing up.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Childcare Director's Chair, where we believe leaders aren't born, they're grown. If something sparked for you today, share it, shout it out, or pass it along to the next bold changemaker in childcare. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and stay connected with Erica Sacoccio for more real talk leadership tools and a whole lot of inspiration. Until next time, lead with heart, grow with fire, and always remember, the chair is yours. Now own it.